Imagine it's the 2026 year, and you only have $1,000 left. No big capital, no fancy strategies, just $1,000 and a bit of basic money knowledge. How would you use that $1,000 to start investing? In this video, I'll sketch it out for you on the whiteboard, step by step. We'll break that 1,000 into pieces and give each piece a clear job. This video is made for two types of people. First, beginners who feel U.S. stocks are as complex as rocket science. Second, people with some cash who are too scared to invest and just leave it in a savings account. A lot of how to invest $1,000 videos give you some great sounding formula, or they turn into a sales pitch for courses and products. In this video, I'll draw 3 personality-based portfolio templates: conservative, balanced, and aggressive plus self-investment. You can pick the one that feels like you and adjust the percentages so you can sleep at night. Let's talk about why this first $1,000 is so important. Imagine a simple timeline on the whiteboard. In my first working years, I didn't have much money in my account either. My biggest mistake wasn't picking the wrong stock. It was that I was too afraid to invest and just left the money sitting in the bank. I watched a lot of videos and thought I understood a bit, but in reality, I didn't do anything. A few years later, I looked back at that timeline. I realized what I really missed was those years of compounding. So if you only have $1,000 right now, you might feel like it's just $1,000, it doesn't really matter. But in reality, how you use this first $1,000 will shape your investing habits for the next 10 or 20 years. Next, I'll draw 2 red boxes. In the first box, I write living costs, rent, credit cards. If your $1,000 belongs in this box, please don't invest it yet. Let it be cash or an emergency fund first. Staying afloat is more important than investing. In the second box, I write time, 3 to 5 years or more. I'm assuming that the $1,000 you invest is money you can leave for 3 to 5 years or longer. We're not trying to predict short-term ups and downs. We're giving time for compounding to work. In the corner, I'll add a small line of text. These are templates, not personal financial advice. The 3 portfolios I'm about to show you are for reference and customization. They are not meant to be copied blindly. Now I'll draw 2 pictures on the whiteboard. On the left, lots of small company logos scattered around. Next to it, I write picking individual stocks. On the right, I draw a big basket filled with many companies. Under the basket, I write ETF. Think of an ETF as one ticket that buys a whole basket of stocks. For beginners, it's a very simple way to spread risk. Next, I'll draw the first pie chart. Around 80% is one color, labeled U.S. Market ETF. The remaining 20% is another color, labeled Bond ETF, or Cash Cushion. If you have $1,000, this chart means $800 goes into the market ETF and $200 is your buffer. I'll draw 2 small boxes as notes. One says $800 follows the whole market. The other says $200 if it drops at the start, you won't panic sell everything. Who is this portfolio for? I'll draw a little character holding a shield in one hand. His label says, I want my money to grow, but I don't like big swings. If big price drops make you very nervous, then you're probably better off starting with the conservative portfolio. For the second pie chart, I'll slice it into 3 pieces. About 60% is broad market ETF. 20% is theme or growth ETF, and the last 20% is safer assets or 1 or 2 stocks you've studied. With $1,000, that's $600, $200, and $200. In the theme slice, I'll draw a few small icons, maybe an AI chip, a medical cross, a green energy leaf. This portfolio means most of your money still follows the broad market, and the theme slice is where you put your view of the future. I'll draw a second character, holding a brick in one hand and a flame in the other. His label says, I want more growth than the market, but I don't want to go all in on growth stocks. For the third graphic, instead of a pie, I'll draw one long bar. I'll cut it into 3 segments, 50, 30, 20. The first half says broad ETF. The middle 30% says growth or theme ETF. And the last 20% is invest in yourself. In the Invest in Yourself segment, I'll draw a book, a laptop, and a course icon. With $1,000, that's $500, $300, $200. This portfolio reminds you that what really moves your wealth probably isn't the exact split of this first $1,000. It's what you learn and how much more you can earn each month later. Next, I'll write 3 shared principles on the board. First, diversify before chasing excitement. Second, look at this $1,000 over 10 years, not 1 month. Third, you should be able to explain what you're doing. If you can't clearly say what you own and why you own it, then this portfolio is probably too complex for you right now. Finally, I'll draw a simple flow line with 4 small icons. The first says, choose your profile with 3 little characters. The second says, find a broker with a phone and a shield. The third says, write your split with a notepad. The fourth says, add monthly with a looped arrow. You can follow these 4 steps. Choose the profile that feels most like you. Find a regulated, low-fee broker where you can buy US ETFs. Write down your own split and ask yourself if you can sleep with it. After you invest, set a reminder to add a bit more every month. At the end of the board, I'll draw 3 arrows pointing to future topics. They say risk level, monthly contributions, and what to do in a crash. If you want a follow-up video where I dive deeper into advanced moves for each profile, like how a conservative investor should add new money each month, or how a balanced investor should adjust between core and theme, or how an aggressive investor can track the return on investing in themselves, or if you want more practical real-life content, like real scenarios on choosing ETF types without naming tickers, and what to do emotionally and practically during a big drop, you can comment below. I'm conservative, balanced, or aggressive, and I want to see XXX. For example, balanced, I want to see how to add money every month, or conservative, I want to see whether to buy more during a crash. If this video helped you see your first $1,000 differently, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who keeps their money in cash and is afraid to start investing.